Regret 1. Trading choice for convenience. I thought moving into a nursing home would just make life easier, meals prepared, meds managed, someone always nearby in case of an emergency. What I didn't expect was how quickly the little choices that made me disappeared. Back in my house, I could decide when to eat, what to wear, or whether I wanted to take a nap or walk in the garden. Here, those freedoms are part of a system, a well-meaning one, maybe, but a system all the same. Breakfast is served at 7:30. If you're late, it's cold or gone. Showers are scheduled. Activities are pre-planned. Even bedtime starts to feel like a curfew. No one takes away your rights on purpose. It just happens slowly, wrapped in routine and what's best for you. And one day, you realize you're following someone else's rhythm, not your own. Regret 2. Underestimating how much I'd miss my space. I always thought home was a structure, 4 walls and a roof, but I was wrong. Home is the spot where your memories live. The creak in the floorboard near the kitchen, the way the sunlight hit my bookshelf at 4 p.m., the photos on the fridge, the chipped mug I refuse to throw away. It's not clutter, it's story. When I moved, I downsized my belongings to what fit in one room. And as each box was taped shut, it felt like chapters of my life being sealed away. Now, I wake up surrounded by beige walls, borrowed furniture, and a faint sense that I no longer belong anywhere. Regret 3. Assuming I'd still feel connected. In the beginning, friends and family visited often. The first month felt like a parade, but eventually, life got busy. Calls replaced visits. Holidays became video chats, and texts turned into silence. People think if you're being taken care of, you're fine. But care isn't the same as connection. I used to feel like part of a tribe, important, remembered. Now, it sometimes feels like I'm just a name on someone's to-do list. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. Regret 4. Thinking I'd still have purpose. You don't realize how much purpose is tied to doing until you're told to just rest. Rest sounds nice, until it becomes the only thing on your calendar. I used to cook, volunteer, fix things, teach my grandkids how to play chess. Now, I sit, I eat, I wait. There was a man here Walter-used to run a small hardware store. One day, I asked him if he missed it. He said, "I didn't just sell tools, I solved people's problems. Now nobody asks me anything." When you stop feeling useful, you start fading. And no one talks about that part. Regret 5. Letting my identity be defined by age. Once you enter a nursing home, people stop seeing your story. You're no longer the teacher, the artist, the veteran, the parent. You're Mr. Thompson in room 12. I remember the first time a young nurse called me sweetie, in that tone people use with toddlers. She meant well, but I felt invisible. I'm still me. I still have opinions, memories, and lessons earned the hard way. But sometimes, all they see is an old man who needs help getting out of a chair. That kind of invisibility can wear you down more than any illness. Regret 6. Believing this was the only option. Don't get me wrong, there are good people here. Staff who care. Other residents who've become dear friends. But if I had known how much I'd lose in spirit, not just in stuff, I might have thought longer about alternatives. Assisted living at home, part-time help, living with family, there were options. But I rushed, thinking this was safer, easier, and maybe it is in some ways, but not in all the ways that matter. Final thought. If you're considering a nursing home, don't just look at the logistics. Look at your life. What parts of it do you want to keep? What parts are you willing to let go? Because no matter how nice the facility is, if you're not prepared for the emotional toll, you may wake up one day, like I did, asking, was comfort really worth the cost?